Before we get into the Buzz conference, let's talk about the first episode of White Lotus.
Oh, okay. It was good. I actually had to watch it twice because the first time I watched it, I fell asleep like off and on, like through the back half. So I was like, I feel like I need to watch this again.
Yeah, you can't fall asleep.
And I feel like that particular show also has like little Easter eggs throughout it that I was like, I feel like I should just watch it again anyway because I'll pick up on things the second time around.
What did you think of the first episode?
I thought it was good. I feel like there wasn't like a big like cliffhanger like at the end.
I know.
And then I obviously have some like questions about some of the characters and stuff. So
do you have an idea in your head right now on, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the first episode, do you have an idea in your head on like who the shooter is? Because you know at the beginning how there's a shooter going off?
There was a shooter. Oh, I gotta think. Because when I finished it, I did.
Leg cramp.
I was thinking,
we're good.
Need to drink some more water,
I do.
bud.
Okay. Yeah. So do you have an idea or no?
Oh.
I mean, they try and make it obvious with like who like the hothead
I know.
dude is, but it's not
you know
him.
what? I'm thinking like I did have somebody in mind yesterday, but again, I was getting a little sleepy again. So now I think I forget.
Did you fall asleep twice then watching?
I did fall asleep. Actually, no joke. I did. I had to rewind it again last night. And you know what's weird is that I fell asleep at around like the exact same like time as I did before.
Oh, that's your body's telling you that that's his sleep time then. This
I guess so. Circadian
rhythm?
Yeah.
Circadian rhythm or circadia?
Yeah, circadian rhythm.
So that's your bedtime.
I guess so.
So just let it be.
Yeah. No, okay, who do you think? I think if you say something, it might spark my memory.
I mean, maybe the person hasn't been introduced yet. Oh, well, how crazy was it that, what's his name? He's in the episode, the guy that was, I'm so bad with names right now.
Oh.
When it showed him dating that girl?
Yes.
The model?
That was...
Is it Frank? Or no?
I don't remember, but I know who you're talking about.
That was crazy. I didn't expect him to be in it.
No.
When she's like, that's my boyfriend over there, the bald-headed guy, and it was him?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not see that coming.
And obviously, he did try and put a hitman on her before, so he's obviously not a very good guy.
No, he's not a good guy. He's a liar. Anyways, yeah, no, I'm excited for this season. And Thailand looks, I mean, it's up there for places to visit. It looks unreal.
I was disappointed that the intro music
was
different.
I know.
I didn't like that.
I almost wanted to do it there, but I won't. No.
Do it.
It's going to look so gross on camera. I have to put my hands there. That looks insane. I was disappointed too. They changed it a bit for the second season. Like a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And then they totally...
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, which I was not a fan of. That like makes the show. Okay, Buzz Conference. How'd you feel after hosting 2 days of the Buzz Conference?
Exhausted.
Yeah.
I feel like everything was just like melted. I don't know. It was just a lot.
Would you host again?
Absolutely. I would do it again. Yeah, I just think in hindsight I would drink more water.
When you're hosting, it's hard though, right? Because like you're trying to also absorb what the speakers are saying, but you're also like in the back of your head, you're preparing for the next speaker. Sometimes the cue cards are changing. The schedule was changed a couple times on us.
That is one thing that I wish and hopefully I would get better at the next time, is because there was just so much amazing like positive feedback about it and the speakers and what I was able to tune into. Like I do feel like there was a ton of value that was brought.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what happened. When I sat down after introducing somebody, I was just immediately thinking about like, what is my next card?
Yeah.
Taking a look at the time, like how much time do I have before I have to go back up there?
Yeah.
So I do wish that I could have just sort of checked out from like host role and just sat at my table and was just like education mode and just really took in and absorbed what people were saying.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do that.
I mean, overall, it was an awesome conference. Virginia did a sick job.
Totally.
What was like one of your favorite speakers maybe of the 2 days?
Giovanni was probably amazing. And then Marianne Gillespie, like I just adore her energy too. Like I love seeing her up there.
And the outfit change. She did an outfit change too.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Just her content with like her scripts and just like her objections were really cool. And then when Andrew Perry was up as well, and they kind of had like sort of like a live like listing presentation.
No, that was Tom's story. And Rav.
Right. Yeah, sorry. But that was amazing too.
It was.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was good.
Yeah.
I woke up the next day with a ton of energy. for our team meeting.
Yes, you did.
I know you texted me because you're like, how do you have this energy? I am toast.
Yeah.
But then it hit me. I hit a wall like that afternoon that I felt like I was in the twilight zone. I was just like mentally drained. I don't nap, but I fell asleep for half an hour, got up, thought it was the next day. It was it was crazy, but it was definitely a fun event. And I'm glad that everyone still made it out on day 2 because of the crazy snowstorm.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it was still a good turnout.
Still a full room. So I'm glad that you do it again, though. Good job. You did a great job.
So did you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, our days on market this year right now, year to date, is 4.5 days, which is unreal. I thought we would chat to give the realtors watching this some value on like how do we set up each listing, making sure the client is on the same
wavelength.
Thank you. Obviously combine that with our services. There's a lot of listings sitting right now, right? So like what is setting us apart in terms of what are we doing from maybe like day 1? So I thought we could chat about like how we do this.
Like in the sense of like, because our days on market average is so like much shorter than others, like what does that look like, or just like our communication?
I think it all has to do with that.
Well, yeah, for sure.
I think it has to do with because of the tone that we set for the listing is a result in everything that happens leading up and resulting in a quicker sale.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I think communication is obviously huge and it's a no-brainer, but you just need to like always be in touch with your clients. Like even if it is a slow period, like you really should have like a daily or every other day check-in with them.
Yeah.
But I would say like what's contributing to that shorter days on market average is just how well versed we are with the market in their particular community and like the housing style that they have, right? Even when we have listing appointments, I think that we do a really good job of just even bringing that to the table as well, right? Like what is the inventory like in your community?
Yeah.
What is the inventory like for detached homes if they have a detached home? How many are selling week over week?
Yeah.
Like we're really well versed in that sense. So
I really think people need to look into more of like what is available now. Like so many people, you always hear comps, right? Like what were the comparable sales? But it's like I obviously we look at that, but I look in depth more into like what is available right now because that is our competition. The comps aren't our competition anymore. They've already sold. So I need to know like if these buyers are going through these 6 homes and ours, like how is ours going to look compared to those? So I think showing clients, because a lot of times in listing appointments, clients will be like, I've seen the comparables, but it's like, have you seen so much about what's on the market right now that we think compares to your home? For sure. So I think showing clients that and then asking them like, which home here do you think best compares to your property?
Right.
And getting them to answer that.
For sure.
Right. Yeah. Just to, again, to solidify like that price point.
Yeah. Well, an inventory aside as well, it's also, price points, right? Like even the Taunton community here, like they always are, feel like they get hit the hardest with like a market shift and typically have like a ton of inventory. Because I feel like we had one in there and there were like 30 other homes on the market in that community when ours hit the market.
Yeah.
But outside of 30 homes on the market, then you have to go even further and be like, okay, but what's priced between $1 million and 1.2? What's priced between 1.2 and 1.3? Because that can make the difference as well. There could be 16 homes that are priced all at $1.2 million. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, we shouldn't price at $1.2 million.
So how do you get the client to understand that when they're wanting 1.2, but you're showing them there's 15 homes at 1.2, they've been sitting? Or are you just that good that they just listen to you?
No, I don't know. I think it's like circumstantial, right? Like I think it depends on what their house looks like. I think it depends on like the marketing plan that we have in place for them. And I mean, sometimes there's just no other way around it. Like if their house truly is valued at around that 1.2 range, like I'm not just going to like underprice them to keep them out of that pocket. But maybe it's just a matter of like the marketing piece around it, right? I think we all know, when it comes to doing a listing video, most agents just do that one video. Right. And
they just circulate that one video
all the time
for weeks. And it's like boring, man. We've seen it.
Exactly.
And like the buyers have seen it. They already know it's stale now.
Right.
Where I think that's where you can stand out as realtors is just coming up with more video content.
Exactly. Just so you have something else to put out there on the market, because if the average days on market does sit around 30 days, there's not much you can do about that. Hopefully with your marketing and your skill sets, you can shorten that time, but you do need to just put more video out and different concepts about the home too.
Because we were talking about 30 pro tips at the Buzz conference, and it said like video marketing, 86% of the people would like to learn about a service or product through video opposed to a static post, right? So it's like the video marketing piece is huge. Static posts are awesome. The pictures of the house is great. But I think to get more engagement on your listing, more video as well.
And more storytelling as well, right? Because again, yes, most people do want to see videos, but you can blast out a bunch of videos and they could be super boring and still it's not compelling and it is not, grabbing the right attention. So I think you have to be creative as well.
And do you think that's why a lot of people are maybe calling us because of the marketing piece? Or do you think it's the brand, the marketing, the negotiating skills? Like what do you find when you're going to an appointment? I know you always ask, how'd you hear about us?
Yeah.
But like, what is it?
I don't know. I feel like it's a combination of both or all of those things. But I do think that when our video content does go out, one of the most common things that I hear is just how different it is, right? Because all of the services that most realtors offer, like none of this stuff is mind blowing, right? Everybody does the same stuff. It's just how unique are you doing it and how different are you doing it and applying that to the consumer to capture their interest. Yeah.
Communication, which is huge, because I find too, when I ask like, what would make this experience unbelievable for you guys other than getting you the most price? I'd say like 9 out of 10 times, it's like they talk about communication.
Yeah.
Like our last realtor sort of ghosted us, didn't give us feedback. House sat on the market. We didn't really know what was going on. Showed up at the door that said it was an open house this day. Mm-hmm. How important is it to set the tone about that we overly communicate right off the gate?
I think that is important, but I also feel like prior to us even stepping foot into their house, they already know our communication is impeccable.
Yeah, how?
Because as soon as we got that call or that inquiry, we call them so quick. And after we chat with them...
How quick's quick? What's like our standard?
Like 15 minutes or something. And if you can't actually take that call, like you're in an appointment or something... I was going to say 5 minutes,
but yeah, you're right.
I think it's fine. I think 5 is a little unrealistic. Give me 15.
Okay.
I'll get you in 15. But even if I can't do that, you're in a listing appointment, you're driving right now. They're getting
a text at least or something.
They're getting a text at least just saying, I'm in the middle of something, but I will call you back at this time just so that they know. And then, when you do finally get in touch with them, we are always trying to get into their house at their convenience as well. Like there's so many times like we are busy, but if they need us to come in tomorrow, I find a way to make that work, right? So I think before we even get into their house, they already know our communication's amazing.
Yeah, like you can reschedule your nail appointment, your eyebrow appointment, your hair appointment, just to get into that listing appointment, right? You can move those around. Those are negotiable.
Yeah.
No, and then what I say at the appointment too is like when they say communication is really important, I'll say, well, how long did it take for me to call you back when you inquired?
Yeah.
And it's like 5 minutes or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like that is the standard that you can look forward to working with our team.
Yeah, for sure.
Where a lot of times when I call people, they're like, I haven't heard back from the other agent yet, which I'm just like, so yeah, realtors like call people back like quicker than later.
For sure.
Or at least like you said, and same with me. If I'm in, if I'm at my kid's game or like whatever, busy, it's at least a quick text, right? Or like, our support staff sends him a message, hey, he's in an appointment right now, call you as soon as he's out. Mm-hmm. For sure. And it's like the other pro tip we had at Buzz, when you are growing and you become that busy, make sure you've set up other systems to still be able to communicate quick.
For sure.
Because you and I could be, or everyone on the team could be in appointments all day.
Yeah.
And you're like, I haven't had a minute to call them back, but like I would never take 8 hours to call someone back.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So it's like someone here has to let them know, right? He's in appointments all day. He'll get right back to you.
Right. What else do you want to talk about?
Why do you think so many other homes are sitting on the market right now then for this length of time? Like it's a big difference. 4.5 days on average compared to the, north of 20 days.
If I'm being honest, I feel like there are a ton of agents out there who think the market is shit. So they just don't care to move their product, right? If it takes a long time, they're like, well, it's just because that's the way the market is. And it's like, well, it's not, because every listing that we've had so far this year, we've sold in under a week.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't have that mentality ever that the market is crappy.
See, that is where you need to be. I was just talking to Lindsay Smith this morning, who's another realtor at Starbucks, and I said to him, and he agreed, I was like, I cannot stand hearing excuses about the market right now. Mm-hmm. The market's the market. And you have to evolve and adapt and work around that. Hearing people use it as an excuse, just does not work with me anymore. And I think you're right. A lot of people are saying that it's just taking longer. It's like sometimes it's like you look at the listing and you're like, that's not a market issue.
Yeah.
That is like zero staging.
Yep.
Photos are crap. Maybe the price is wrong.
Yep.
Right? It hasn't been marketed. You're just using MLS.
Yeah.
Right? And you look at the good agents that are moving product, right? And it's like they're doing all those three things really well.
For sure. Imagine that they all have that similar mindset, right? Whereas like the other agents that maybe don't have great photos or don't have great marketing, I think it's because they are still stuck in that the market's crappy mindset. So why would I invest in all of this if like maybe it won't sell?
Right.
Or maybe they'll pull it off the market or,
yeah,
you know, so they just don't give it their all or give it the listing the attention that it deserves.
Yeah. So you just got to be the person to show up every day and do, like you said, those services far and above what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, in any, you know, last year, a lot of people would say my business suffered because of the market, but I still know, and we're included in that, teams, realtors that did very well still.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And clients, like our clients that did very well still.
Yeah.
But it is a mindset thing. Are you excited for the conference in Utah?
I am. I haven't had a moment to like really dive into like the speakers yet or like the lineup or what our days look like. But I am excited for the opportunity to obviously just be present and just
I was going to ask you, did you reach out to see if we could host it?
Stop. I don't believe you.
No, I know, we didn't. No.
And it would be a hard no.
No, 100%. I want to be a student.
Yeah, I definitely just want to be like an understudy that day and just...
understudy, good.
And just...
Actually.
Like that.
Ash Slay.
Yeah, and just learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm excited for it.
How important is it to you to... Why do I feel like I'm interviewing you right now?
I don't know. And you even preface at the beginning of this. I'm not going to
interview you. I would never do that. How important is it to our team to continually be educating, growing, going to these conferences?
Every year, we always set our goals for the year, right? Personal and professional. And I feel like if there was an agent that said that they didn't like not attending a conference or doing some sort of educational piece, if that was not a part of their goals, we would be like, what?
Red flag.
Who are you? Red flag? Yeah. Exactly. Because I know for me personally, like I want to go to at least 2 or 3 conferences every single year. So I know it's important for me to do that. And sometimes it's, yes, I do want to learn new things, but sometimes it's even nice to just have a refresher of like things that you already know, right?
Yeah.
Every time I go to a conference, I feel like I just have a lot of energy, minus hosting the Buzz conference. But, you know, I just feel like I am ready to go. Like I just want to apply all these concepts. Like I'm ready to just like kickstart my business and just be like this massive producer.
Yeah.
And it just inspires me to like grow and just implement all these new things. So,
I get so inspired about like being around other big thinkers. Like that's what I get so pumped up for. So yeah, when I come back, I'm always just full of energy, feeding off of like what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Right. And I just love hearing, I don't know, people that find different ways of being successful, because not everyone needs to do it the same way.
For sure.
So I think it's just awesome. And then, taking little nibbles and bits.
Nibblies and bits.
From each person and then implementing those into our businesses. I had an agent, he's actually a Durham realtor, I won't say the name, that did say, man, there's nothing anyone can teach you and I. Like ego was obviously just through the roof. And I was in my head,
I know who that is.
Yeah, don't say
I'm not going to say, but I know who it is.
But I was like, wow. I was like, that is crazy coming out of your mouth. Continuing to educate, better myself in leadership skills as a realtor, as a team leader.
Sometimes like, even as like just a person
in general. There is never going to be a point that it's like, no one can teach me anything.
Yeah.
Right? The best leaders in the world have coaches. Yeah. They're always like growing. So, should I say who it was? No, I would never.
You can't.
I would never.
You can't. No. I want to so bad.
DM me and I'll let you guys know. No, I won't. I'm not here for the drama. I'm super excited for Utah as well. Ben Kinney is an agent that I learned so much from when I first started in real estate, and he has just like accomplished so much now. So I'm really excited to meet up with him there and just hear him speak. We're going to the VIP thing on the Sunday too, which would be awesome to be around those people.
See, I forgot about that.
I know. And then Lindsay brought up the Archangel Summit today, which I'm not plugging this for Giovanni, but it is an amazing event. I am plugging it. Screw it. I am plugging it.
Yeah.
It's an awesome event.
It is.
And it's in September of this year in Toronto. Lindsay's going to that as well. I told him that we're going to that, and it's going to be amazing too.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's going to be a great event as well. After your listing presentation, I mean, I always like to know where I sit, right? And so at the table, asking, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you don't want to ever see me again, right? 10 being you are ready to sign a listing agreement with me right now, where do we sit? I actually probably wouldn't say you don't ever see me again. I'm professional about it. Just like 1, we don't mesh, I'm not for you, right? 10, you're ready to sign a listing with us.
Yeah.
Like, where do we sit?
A 6.
Ooh.
Sorry, a 7.
Okay, a little bit better. My response is always like, how do I make that a 10? How can I make that a 10?
Right.
Because I want to know if there's anything that I haven't maybe gone over that is in the back of their head that they just didn't bring up.
Yeah.
For example,
well, I guess like commission could be one, right? Like commission could be one.
yeah,
but
possibly a service maybe.
It could
that
be like
you
a service
bring up.
that like we just don't typically offer. So like
Yeah.
we wouldn't mention it. And that could be anything. That could be like lawn maintenance. That could be garbage removal. That could be painting your entire house.
Yeah,
whatever that
could
looks
be.
like.
Yeah, like you said, they have a bunch of stuff in their home that they just want to get rid of.
Yeah.
Like we do a lot of estate sales as well, and it's like we don't know where to put all this stuff. Like, can we donate it?
Yeah.
And sometimes that is a huge stress on someone, especially if they're elderly, and maybe they didn't bring it up or you
Yeah.
didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
So in order to make that a 10, if I say, hey, if I'm able to take care of that stress for you, would you be committed to going forward?
Right, exactly.
Right? And then you at least know you're not leaving the house and with an unanswered problem.
For sure. And it's happened to me before, and I can't remember, it was years ago, but I remember going to a listing appointment. I thought it went really, really well. And then, you know, followed up with the person a couple days later, and then they ended up telling me that they were going to go with somebody else. And regardless of, you know, why or
shame on
when
them.
it happens, you know, I still always ask,
Yeah,
like, what was the
totally.
deciding factor that made you choose somebody else? Like, just for my own knowledge going forward, like, you know, just to make myself better and, you know, a better realtor going forward. And I forget what it was, but they did mention like it was a service or something. And I'll just say, oh, the other realtor said that they were going to bring a dump truck so that I can throw out all of my stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, really? Like, that was it?
Yeah.
You know, like, I would have done that.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm thinking, like, why didn't they just say that? But in reality, it's not their job to say that, right? It's my job to ask.
Ask more questions.
And ask more questions and find out what it is that they need from their realtor to make their experience like a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And so that was my fault.
Yeah.
And truly, like, I lost that listing over what?
A dump truck.
A dump truck? An
Yeah.
$800 bill?
And you guys have a dump truck at your house, pretty much.
Yeah.
Your husband has a dump truck.
You know, like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So I think asking that question is important because you are going to, if it isn't a 10 out of 10, they will share with you, oh, well, we were hoping a realtor would do this, or we're hoping somebody would do this for us.
Yeah.
And then it's just something that you can overcome and offer them right there. Or if it's something you truly and honestly don't offer, at least it gives you an opportunity to have an objection to that and turn it around.
Yeah. So that's the delivery. I probably chopped it up before, but that's the delivery. Scale of 1 to 10. How confident are you right now? 10 being you are ready to list your home with me. 1 being this is just not working out.
Yeah.
Right? And then at least they're going to tell you exactly. And sometimes it's a 10. Like, no, we're ready to go. This is awesome.
Yeah.
But if there is anything, at least we know.
Yeah.
And you can handle it right there at the table.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you're going on vacation.
I am.
You're excited for it.
I'm so excited.
You deserve it. You've been killing it this year, so
Thank
you deserve
you.
it. I know you're stressed right now preparing for vacation.
That's okay.
But you're gonna be on the beach in T minus.
Like,
Well, there's actually just a couple more appointments you have to get through, a photo shoot tomorrow,
I know.
and then you will be on a plane to the beach.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
48 hours.